Yes, indeed, the sounds of epic. That's all I really need to say. My name is Toll Biscuit, this is Blue Please, only on WoW Radio. Now, before I launch into the first topic of today, which will consist of some... well, it's kind of nostalgic, and then kind of also not. I'm just going to plug something briefly. Yes, I am plugging today. I'm really on the plug train, as it were. There's actually a cat in here. Possibly two cats. You can probably hear it in the background there. It's the silliest looking cat. We have this giant tabby cat. Yeah, I mean, it is huge. Massive, great cat. But he got into a fight, and his left ears are now on a permanent droop. It's the most pathetic looking thing you have ever seen. Seriously, I need to webcam it at some point. I will get you a picture of the cat, I promise. I'll get you a picture of the cat, and I shall post it on the forums at wcradio.com. Now, quick plug for Get Well Gamers. GetWellGamers.com. Specifically, I believe it's get-well-gamers.com. Let me just check if that's actually the case. Sorry, .org, yes, I keep forgetting that. They're a charity, and they do a relatively similar thing to Child's Play. What they do is they donate consoles and games to pediatric units and terminally ill kids and stuff like that, to make sure that they, have something to play and, hopefully put a smile on their faces. Now, something I've been doing outside of WoW Radio for the past couple of months is a documented playthrough of the game Shining Force 3, which is probably my favourite RPG ever made. And you can check out my YouTube or Blip TV channels to see that in action. It's actually a pretty hefty project. I'm enjoying it thus far. It's been really cool. So what I've done is I've partnered up with Get Well Gamers in order to raise some money for them. And we're effectively doing a raffle, and we're giving away some pretty fantastic prizes, considering. Those who don't know the history of Shining Force 3 is actually a game where... getting a copy of it now, you're probably going to drop $130 to $150 plus. And we've managed to secure a copy of it and a Sega Saturn to play the game on. It's one of the best RPGs ever made. And we're giving that away as a prize. Not only that, but there's a second and third prize to this particular raffle. It's a Wii Points card with enough points to buy yourself copies of Shining Force 1 and 2 or the Wii, or whatever you want if you already have those. I'd recommend Gunstar Heroes, particularly awesome game. And a third prize of Shining Force Resurrection of the Dark Dragon on the Game Boy Advance, which you can also play on Nintendo DS. Now, if you want to enter this, it's really easy. All you need to do is go to get-well-gamers.org, go to the donate button, and donate $5 or more. Every $5 you donate, you get a raffle ticket, and you're entered into a prize draw for one of these prizes. And all you need to do is, in the designation box, write Shining Force 3 raffle. So we're doing really well so far. We're getting some great stuff, getting loads of money to get some consoles and games for terminally ill kids all over the United States. So if you do want to donate, it's open to everybody, then by all means, go do that. Get-well-gamers.org and show them the power of WoW Radio's generosity, which, as we've seen in the past, is absolutely huge, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. So go check it out, and go to my YouTube channel to check out the Shining Force 3 videos. Just look for Total Halibut on YouTube. Right, okay, enough of that. Time to talk about some WoW. Now, I have a project to launch today. I'll kind of sort of launched it anyway, but this is the official launch of said project. And this project is Project Arcanist Belt. Yes, I'm calling it Project Arcanist Belt. Now, the issue that I've been having with Wrath, more so than anything else, is as a raider, I have issues when the challenging isn't content. Let's try it the other way around. The content isn't challenging. When there is no challenge in the content, that's a problem. That's a big deal for me. That's something that I object to. And right now with Wrath, there's really nothing about it that is remotely challenging. The stuff that is difficult in one way or another is... let's see. Let's think about it. Oh, yeah. That would be Sartharian 3 Drakes. That's pretty much it. No. That's the only thing that I find specifically difficult about the game in general. And that kind of upsets me, actually. I'm not a big fan of that. At all. It really bothers me that that's the case. So, I'm taking matters in my own hands. Because I can't be bothered to wait for Ulduar, and not a lot of people can. I mean, since we clear all the meaningful content in our guild in pretty much 2 nights, I've got another 5 nights to deal with. I need something to do that doesn't involve lording over the entire service economy with my enchanting, which, trust me, I'll have a story to tell you after the patch. I will. I'm not telling you it yet, but I will have a story to tell you after the patch, and you will love it. Unless you're one of my competitors, in which case you'll be crying out on the street with your business in ruins, shattered into shards. around your feet. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're creating a guild. In fact, we already have created a guild. It's called Arcanist Belt. It's on Arcanist EU Alliance side, which is a PvE server. We have paired up, a lot of us have paired up already, with Recruit a Friend to level up to 60. And we're aiming to do so in a month, which is really easy with Recruit a Friend. Hey, you can do it without Recruit a Friend. You can definitely do it with Recruit a Friend. And once we hit 60, we're going to gear up and we're going to go do Molten Core. We're going to do all of the old stuff. All the way through to Cthulhu, which is now the last boss of Classic WoW, because of course they took Nax out of the old world. We're going to go do that. And we're going to raid it like we used to raid it. 40 people. And we're going to use the talents that they had back then. So you can't pick anything over 31 points. At least not at the moment, anyway. Maybe once we start failing horribly, we might allow that. No inscription. No jewel crafting. And this is something I'm going to say now. No shaman. Now, initially I said, hey, we're going to have some shaman. And I've just been thinking about it. I'm thinking, well, actually, no. That's a bad idea. If you want to level up a shaman, then for TBC, then that's fine. But we're not going to be taking shaman onto raids. Because, well, we didn't have shaman back then. I want it to be as close to the classic experience as we can get it. Now, obviously, it's not going to be identical. They've made a number of changes. For instance, you can only put one pot now in an entire fight, which could make some of the fights really difficult. So we might have to allow, say, a Shadow Priest with Vampiric Touch or something like that. But we're going to try and stick as close to the old school game as possible. Now, this is something that you can do if you're part of an existing guild and you need to, maybe have something else to take your mind off the fact that raiding is incredibly easy. If you have the time to dedicate to the guild, then feel free. Go to our forums and sign up. Indeed, we now actually have a My Guild Host page. My Guild Host, the same guys that do our UGT Ventrilo servers. Arcanistbelt.myguildhost.com. That's arcanistbelt.myguildhost.com. Go check it out. Go have a look. We're recruiting at the moment all classes, for the moment, except for Shaman. We don't want any Shaman right now. If you want to be a Shaman and get yourself to level 60, okay, that's fine, but don't expect to be taken onto raids. Once TBC hits, absolutely. Now, the reason we're doing Recruit a Friend is because I've championed Recruit a Friend in the past, and it's something that people didn't expect me to do. They thought, hey, it's going to come down on it. No, it's actually a really unique way to play, and I'm a big fan of Recruit a Friend. It takes a lot of the awfulness and the just boredom out of leveling up. It makes it a lot more dynamic, a lot quicker, a lot more fun. It's got a lot of really useful features involved in it. And of course, it forces you to play with a friend, which makes the entire game more fun to begin with. So, setting up Recruit a Friend is not hard. I would suggest that if you want to get involved in this, you splurge out for Recruit a Friend. Now, I've done the math, and if you have an existing EU account, if you and your partner have existing EU accounts, all you need to do is go out and buy a box for WoW, which you can do in the UK right now. You can go and get a box for £6 from Zavi, or you can get one for like $8.99 from Game or Game Station or anything like that, which gives you a free month. So you level up in the free month, and then what you do is you transfer your character from that account to your main account and close that account. So in reality, you're not paying any extra account fees at all. All you need to do is buy the transfer and the box, which is a total of about £20. That's not a lot of money. So if you want to do that, and this is open to everyone, including US players, if you want to do that, then go for it. Go sign up. Go sign up at our guild page, and go post in the thread on wcradio.com. There are a number of rules that I'm setting up, and those rules are, they might be altered as we form the guild, but we'll see. We're not going to be using inscription. No glyphs. No glyphs whatsoever. At the moment, it says jewel crafting is acceptable. I'm going to change that. No jewel crafting either. If you want to have jewel crafting, okay, but you're not allowed to use it. So no jewel crafting trinkets, none of that silliness. The only gear you may use in raids is gear that is pre-TBC. So none of those Imber TBC BOE greens. None of them. Talent points will be limited to 51 talent points total, with only 31 points allowed in any given tree. And there'll be no learning of skills past level 60 until we have cleared everything. So that means if you ding up 61, then you are not learning any new skills. You're not learning them until we beat Cthulhu. No kidding. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory. And you can find it on arcanistbelt.myguildhost.com. And you might ask, well, you know, why are you doing this? Is this just a nostalgia trip? Well, I suppose it is, to some degree, actually. Now, I don't mind nostalgia trips. I think they're pretty cool. But, to me, what I want to prove to a lot of people, and that's to the people who come to raid with us, if they haven't raided before, to prove is that back in the day, raiding used to be really challenging. And if you've just gone to raiding with WoW Wrath of the Lich King, you are really missing out. I'm not kidding. You have missed out on so much. And while I've got high hopes for Ulduar, right now I think the state of the raid game in Wrath is unacceptably weak. And it's something that personally I don't really want to be a part of, not in any major sense of the word anyway. I mean, I raid a couple of nights a week, and it's kind of fun, and it's alright to gear up, and it's a pretty social experience, which is also good, but there's no challenge to it. I mean, seriously, you can do most of it with your eyes shut. And the problem is now most people are as well, and they end up wiping for stupid reasons. You know, people dying on Thaddeus and stuff like that. And it's like, even I've done it. I've died on Thaddeus before, which is pathetic. I mean, you know, nobody should die on Thaddeus. But I do, because I'm just so mind-bogglingly bored by the whole thing. It's like, oh, yay, another fight. Oh, we're drowning in epics again. 4 epics per thing. It's like, what are we going to do with these epics? I didn't even have to compete for tier 7.5 shoulders this week. It was ridiculous. It's like, hey, here's the best shoulders in slot for you. What? No competition? No. Because everyone's already got them, because you drown in the damn things. So yeah. Back in the day, raiding used to be challenging, it used to be rewarding, and you could do it with 40 people. And I want to do that again. I really do. I'm really looking forward to doing this, and I'm hoping some of you will come and join me. We're going to need 50 people for this. We've already got a bunch of people signed up. If you want to sign up to the guild, go to the guild host page. Go to the My Guild Host page, arcanistbelt.myguildhost.com, and apply. We are taking everybody. Raiding times are at the weekend. Pretty much. Most of them, anyway. We're going to be having 2 to 3 raids a week. Most of them are going to be at the weekend, so we can accommodate for our US players. And there'll probably be a raid at some point during the week. Those asking, the guild is going to run on a DKP basis. So we're going to be running probably with 0-sum DKP. Less drama that way. And we're going to be clearing the content, and we're going to be playing it serious. As far as I'm concerned, this should be like progress raiding for all of you. You should be turning up, you should have your A game, and you should be ready to rock. So if you are not willing to dedicate, and you're not willing to focus and give 100%, I don't want you. And if I see you doing that and mucking about, don't use this as an excuse. Don't use it as an excuse to come and play with WoW Radio guys. Because those WoW Radio guys are playing because they want to raid and progress. No, we've got WoW Radio staffers in the guild. That's not an excuse to come and fawn over them or insult them or be crazy, creepy stalker people, as has so often happened in previous WoW Radio guilds. It ain't gonna happen. If I see it, you're out. That simple. That goes for everybody. I think people can really learn a lot from raiding old content in such an environment that the dog is coming into my room and stealing my stuff. Out, you evil creature. No, absolutely not. Right, I'm gonna get rid of these dogs. Out, 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 out! Fools! There. Loot the stupid corehounds. Ugh. You see, I was trying to get the guild called Loot the Stupid Corehounds, but it never worked out. Nobody really liked it. Found it's an overused joke. Whereas Arcanist Belt's more of an internal meme, which is okay. I think that people can learn a lot, and they can actually increase their skill on this content, because a lot of it is pretty challenging. It really is. I mean, if you've never done Cthulhu before, you have just missed out on one of the most unique boss encounters in the entire game. And yes, after we've beaten all this, we're going to go 70 and we're going to go Sunwell. Yes, we're going to shoot for all of that content. If you ain't done the SSC content, you ain't done the TK content, you ain't done Black Temple, Mount Hajal, you ain't done Sunwell, we're going to go do it. We're going to do all of this stuff with proper sized raids. And you know what? It's going to be awesome. It really is. So if you want to join Project Arcanist Belt, you can do it. Just go to the guild host page, arcanistbelt.myguildhost.com, and apply. You know, I want to demonstrate this can be done. And I want to demonstrate to people just what it was like back then. Because I know a lot of you missed out on that, and I don't think that's fair. So, yeah. We're going to do classic, folks. We're going to be kicking it old school. Oh, yeah. My name's Tall Biscuit. You are listening to the one and only Blue Please on WoW Radio. When we get back after the break, we'll be talking about achievements as regards to raiding, and whether or not it really is about trying to get those elusive 7.5 raiders standing on their head. Will it happen? Will it not? We'll find out. I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna play some Threshold, because I'm a massive fan of this band. Absolutely fantastic band in pretty much every possible respect of the word. This is Fragmentation. I'll be right back after this. Enjoy.